everybody, welcome to my kitchen and another episode of Just What the Doctor Ordered. Tonight I'm going to be showing you how to make an amazing snack, kale chips. And kale chips are probably one of the easiest things to make, and it consists of 3 ingredients, so that's, pretty simple. Anybody can do this. And kale is an amazing superfood. Actually, it's ranked on the nutrient density scale. It ranks at 1,000, and it's one of the highest nutrient dense foods. And this is a great way to eat it as a snack. And so the first thing you're gonna do is start off with kale. There's typically 2 types of kale. One's a real leafy kale. The other one is more of a coarse kale. This is called dino kale. You can use either one for the kale chips. I think I almost prefer the dino kale better. It's a little bit more hearty when it comes to the chip. All you wanna do with the kale is take the vein that runs along the back of it. You're gonna peel the leaves away from the vein. So you wanted that coarse part, you don't want that to be part of your kale chip. And then you're just gonna tear them into little squares or little pieces, just like this. And so, yeah, that's the main thing, is just getting rid of the coarse, thick part with that. And then just as big as you want your chips, it doesn't really matter. And then like with the dino kale too, you wanna remove that stem part. You can almost just peel it off, and then you just do little bite-sized pieces with those. Good. And then once you get your kale, all you're gonna do is put a little bit of grapeseed oil on it. I like grapeseed oil because you can use it at high heats and it's just fine. You can also use coconut oil, but you kind of have to work it in the leaf if it's solid, at room temperature. So the grapeseed oil is a little bit easier. So you're just gonna kind of drizzle over the kale. Good. And you can just kind of work that into the leaves. Perfect. And then you're going to transfer that to a cookie sheet or like a pizza stone, either one. And we're just going to lay that on top of here. Good. And you can pretty much top this with anything you want, any spices, or you can just do it real basic. So you kind of want to get spread out evenly, because that's going to really shrink down as it cooks onto the sheet there. All I'm going to do on top of it is coarse sea salt, Celtic sea salt. Sprinkle that on top. And then just a little bit of crushed black pepper. And then I'll put a little bit of onion powder on top of it too. And if you like spice, you could do a little bit of chili powder or cayenne pepper. Anything you like, you can put it on top of there. And that's it. All we do now is put it in the oven. You can do it at 350 for about, 8 minutes. They're just gonna come out. I'm gonna show you what the finished product looks like. You just wanna keep an eye on them. They're gonna dehydrate and become crisp. Or you can do it at a lower heat, like 200, for probably 10-12 minutes if you don't want to do the high heat cooking with the kale. And so I'm going to go ahead and slip this into the oven. Good. And the finished product here, what they look like, they come out and they're crispy chips. You can actually kind of hear how crispy they are. They're nice and thin. And, obviously chips are not good to eat, but this is a good alternative. Great snack. I love to eat kale chips with raw cashews, and or they can be like a little side dish with a sandwich. You can pack them in lunches. And actually kids really love kale chips. And so it's a great snack. I'd recommend it for anybody, and takes 10 minutes to make. Just go to the store, buy the kale, and get started making kale chips. Have a great evening, and thanks for joining me on another episode of Just What the Doctor Ordered.